Danny Flexen for Seconds Out, delighted to be joined by Scotland's only three-weight world champion, Ricky Burns. How are you getting on?
I know, all good. Try to keep myself busy, doing stuff about the house, and Leon's had me on playing Fortnite with him constantly, so all good.
Are you getting any good?
I know, Joe. Me and my pals, we all used to just play Call of Duty, and we downloaded Fortnite one night to play with the wee man. And you know what? We've ended up ditching Call of Duty, and we've all started playing Fortnite now. So that's the new game.
Brilliant. And what about kind of training and stuff? Are you managing to get anything done?
Well, do you know, I've not been near like a boxing gym or a weights gym in about 6 weeks or something like that now. I've been doing loads of running and stuff like that. I've done a few half marathons. I even done a marathon a couple of weeks ago. So
Wow.
I think I've eased off a bit this week, but I'm going to pick it up again next week. I'm going to go out and try and do another one and beat my time.
Jesus. Well, at least you found a hobby, I
I know.
suppose.
Well, Joe, I don't mind. I enjoy running, so I don't mind it. So, my time to beat's 3 hours 37 minutes. So
Good.
we'll see how it goes.
Did you have anything lined up before lockdown came in? Did you have like a date you were aiming for?
No, well, do you know, I had been in the gym, like taking over, and do you know, I always keep myself in training, even when I've not got fights coming up. Over Christmas and New Year there, I had a few injuries I was trying to shake off. It wasn't nothing serious. It was just wee niggles I had been getting for a while. But they're all well, the rest actually done me good. Not injury free just now, so I'm going to keep running and like I said, just waiting for the gyms and that to open back up. Just hopefully this isn't going to drag on much too longer.
And are you still keeping in touch with Tony and the rest of the lads in the group chat and all that?
I know, well, Joe, I've still been speaking to Tony and that. He's been the same. He's been out doing his runs and that.
Yeah.
They've all been doing like running challenges and that, like 5Ks and stuff like that. But I prefer going out and doing long
Yeah,
distance.
but have
I'm
any of
not.
them done a marathon, Ricky? Have they?
No, well, Joe, I was going to say that there. I'm not a sprinter. I prefer going out and doing long distance, so I'll just stick to that.
What's the kind of aim when you do get back? You'll have been out the ring for quite a while, obviously. You're at a
Yep.
stage in your career now where I'm guessing you only want quite high level fights. So what's the plan?
Do you know, it's not really about like high level fights. I don't kid myself on. I know I've maybe got about a year or two left, and I'd love to finish my career, get a couple of fights back in Glasgow. But Joe, I'll get once this is done, once things start easing off, I'll get myself back in the gym, get my fitness back up, and they know my attitude. I would fight MD at all. It doesn't really bother me. So I'll leave it up to them. But I would hopefully get a good fight out by the end of the year. But like I said, I'd love to get one more big one up in Glasgow.
And is it still lightweight or back up to light welter maybe? I think lightweight's probably the most competitive division in boxing at the moment.
Both weights are competitive, but although I moved up, obviously when I lost the title, we came back down to lightweight. Lightweight is my natural weight.
Yeah.
Obviously when I jumped up there, though I had a couple of good performances at it, but they boys are big lumps, man. See, like, when I was weighing in at 10 stone, I wasn't really putting on much weight overnight, and like some of the boys they can put on some weight. Some of them got to 11 stone, where I was getting at the ring at maybe 10 stone 4. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I knew myself that I was too small for the weight.
So back down at lightweight and you've obviously had good recent performances, still arguably top 10 in the world. Who do you want to kind of fight next? Who are the names on your radar?
Throughout my career, I've never been one for calling MD out or anything like that. Like I said, they know I would fight MD at all. Well, there is a few big fights out there that have been made at lightweight. There is big names, and even though the titles are all held up just now, there is still some big non-title fights to get made. So, like I said, I'm not going to start now, so I'm not going to call any names out. But I would fight any of them at all. Doesn't bother me.
All right, well, I'm going to ask you the same question, but in a different way. Who are the
Right.
who are the top three lightweights in the world at the moment for you?
Well, obviously, I'd say that the one at the top has got to be Lomachenko.
Yeah.
There's that many. There's Lopez. You've got Devin Haney. Do you know I sparred with when Devin Haney was over here? I sparred with him down at the gym. He can punch, so he can. He's a technically and very good fighter, and he can whack as well. So, but again, like even in the UK, you've got like Luke Campbell. There's that many fights out there to be made. So,
When was the Devin Haney spar? Was that last year?
that was last year. It was before. I think it was maybe a few weeks before I fought Lee Selby.
Okay, yeah.
I did, but Joe, when we found out he was coming to spar, it was funny because Tony had us all out doing sledge sprints in the morning before it. I'm like, Tony, man, I'm like, this is going to be a hard spar here, man. Like, surely, like, give me the morning off. I was like, let's get the sparring done. We'll do this later. But no, Tony made me do it. So I went into that spar. My legs were like lead.
How many rounds did you do?
I think it was only 6 rounds or something like that. Wait, cause 6 rounds we had done because I think it was like a Tuesday or a Thursday we sparred. So we'd already sparred the day before, but we got the phone call that night and says, "Do you want to spar?" Again, you're not going to. If somebody like that's coming to the gym, you're wanting to get in and get a few rounds with them.
Did you feel, obviously you're a 3-weight world champion and a veteran now as well, did you feel that he came in feeling like he had a point to prove?
No, do you know, I think throughout my career, like whenever we've been sparring and that, like Joe, I always say sparring's the next best thing to a fight, and Joe, I always make spars hard for myself, but it was a good spar, and Joe technically very very good, and he can punch. That's how I'm saying he's definitely one of the top lightweights out there now.
And you mentioned the Lee Selby fight. Have you watched it back since, and what do you make of it? No, you haven't.
I've still not watched it back. So see when we were in there, obviously I knew it was a close fight, right? But I did think that I had done enough to get the decision. I felt as if in there that he was just, when we were getting in close, he was wanting to just hold on and spoil. And to be fair, the ref never done me any favours either, because he was just shouting break straight away, and he wasn't letting his work inside or get the fight going again. But I still think I had done enough to win. I was gutted after it, man. But that's boxing for you. You can't win them all.
But then if he goes on to win a world title, he's obviously got a final eliminator next up. That could be a rematch for something more on the line.
No, 100%. I wish him all the best in that fight coming up. I knew Lee prior to the fight as well. We'd sparred before. He came up to help me out before I boxed Terence Crawford, and I wish him all the best.
Let me ask you a few questions about your teammates at Sims's gym. Just a few quick fire ones. Who's always late?
Ted Cheeseman. and sometimes always see the morning sessions and that. That's when most of the boys are always late, because half of them, once they're in the gym, we'll do the morning session and then they'll stay there, or they'll go and get something to eat and then they'll come back and rest about. But Tony's always laughing because in the mornings, 9 times out of 10, it's Ted we're waiting on before we need to go and do the runs.
Who's the biggest chatterbox?
I think obviously outside the gym, obviously when we're away in Qatar, we all got on well. Do you know what I mean? So, but once we're in the gym, that's when you're going to work. So I don't think MD's really that much distraction.
When you're doing all the runs and stuff that you do together and the circuits, who's the most competitive?
Well, again, I'd say Conor Ben. He's competitive. In fact, a boxing gym, everyone is competitive.
And outside of kind of boxing clothes, who's the best and worst dresser?
Oh God. Well, like outside the gym, I don't really. Obviously when I'm down there, I'm only down there when I've got fights and that coming up. Sure. So after fights, I'm always usually back up the road, and I don't go back down until they give me a date. Obviously after fights and that, if we're all going to shows and that, we're getting it out. So no, it's a hard one for me to answer.
Fair enough. Have you had any sort of indication when you might be coming back down, at least to start camp? Obviously, we don't know when boxing itself is going to be back.
Yep, not at all. Alec was trying to phone me the day as well, but when I was phoning him back, I couldn't get a hold of him. So, but he knows that I'm still ticking over, keeping my running and that up. But Joe, I've got no idea at all. I think it all depends when the government are talking about easing this off a wee bit. But so again, I couldn't tell you.
You said earlier you might only have a couple of fights left. Boxing's obviously been a huge part of your life, and you've said before that you've overachieved.
Yeah.
What's going to be the plan when boxing finishes? Have you even allowed yourself to think about that?
Obviously, I do want to stay in the sport. I would love to, like, maybe get my own boxing club opened up back home. That's something I've thought about doing. But I keep saying to everybody, like my pals and like my family and that, they're saying that I should maybe start looking at that just now. But while my head's still in fighting, I don't think I could get my full attention. So I think we're going to wait until that's. But I've always said I'm not going to kid them doing or kid myself. I know I've only got a couple of years left. 37 now, and like I said, I've had a good long career, but I still think there is a couple of good fights left in me yet.
Yeah, definitely. If you do open your own boxing club, what's the key thing that you'll look for in a young kid that you're going to work with?
Um, I'm not sure. Obviously, when I first started out at the boxing, it opened up about 100 yards from my house, and like my brothers, like me and all my pals went down. There was a squad of us, and we all used to fight amateur. And we were all good. But it was obviously through the years, like some of them were falling away,
Yeah.
and I was the only one that stuck it out. It was all. And like, the amount of fighters, like good fighters, like amateur and pro, that I've saw coming through the doors in my old amateur club, some of them are really, really good. But all it takes is just that. Well, my old trainer, would always say, there's only a handful of good fighters that are going to go out and make it out of the amount of people that are coming through that door. And that for me, that's the way I would look at it as well. It's one of the things where a boxing club, I feel you're getting all the kids off the street, giving them something to do, the discipline they get for it. And like I said, if you get one out of 100 kids that go on and achieve something good, then that's what it's all about.
Brilliant. Really, really appreciate your time. I'm really glad we got to do this. And I look forward to seeing you when you're back down in Sims's gym. Although last time I saw you was up in Scotland, so you never know.
Well, like I said, I'd love to get another big night in Scotland, so let's hope we can make it happen.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Brilliant. All right, well, stay safe, obviously, and yeah, see you soon.
Cheers, man.
Take care, mate.
Cheers, mate.